Hi, I'm Andrew, lead tester at Foszor Bytes. We're a small, independent studio of 5 people. Today, I'm really excited to show you our current project, Electro. Electro is a 2D platformer emphasizing 2 things, speed and motion. Every level is timed, with a scoreboard ranking your completion times with friends and people all over the world. Electro will also ship with a fully featured level designer for players to create and share their own content. I'll show you how that works later in the video, but first, let's take a look at how the game plays. The player character is a prototype robot named Ohm, whose inventor was kidnapped before Ohm could be completed. Ohm's cooling unit was never installed, so if he stops moving for too long, he will overheat and explode. This means that the player must maintain constant motion, only stopping at strategically placed checkpoints that act as cooling stations. Ohm must traverse each level from start to finish. To do this, he can jump, cling to and climb walls, and use a grappling hook. Obstacles such as enemies and static hazards will add difficulty to the player's task. If Ohm comes into contact with a hazard or an enemy, or overheats, he will explode and immediately respawn at the start of the level, or the last checkpoint the player reached. We wanted to limit frustration, so respawning is instant. The only penalty to the player is time lost. As players master the game, this becomes less of an issue. Respawn checkpoints are placed strategically to reward players for passing difficult areas and also to keep them from covering the same ground too often if they run into trouble. Shown here is a jungle region. The game's storyline will feature 5 distinct areas with their own enemy types and visual theme. The finale of each region culminates in a boss battle, in the form of a race to the finish. Electro supports keyboard and mouse, and will also support controllers both in-game and in the level designer. This would allow the game to potentially be distributed on consoles. Now let's talk briefly about the level designer. This will be included with the game for players to experiment with, and it is the same tool that we use to make levels for the game. Rather than go into every detail of the level designer, I'll show you a sped-up recording of a level being made from start to finish. At any time during construction, the level can be tested and played. If changes need to be made, you can immediately return to the level designer and make tweaks. We have a longer video that more fully demonstrates the level designer. We intend to provide full Steam Workshop support so that people can easily distribute their custom levels. With simple gameplay mechanics that are fun and challenging to master, coupled with the replayability afforded by accessible custom content, we think Electro will be a hit with people looking for an enjoyable, inexpensive game. Our current goal is to publish the game on Steam. Because we've designed the game with controller support in mind, we can also consider distributing to consoles. Thank you for taking the time to look at Electro. We hope you're as excited about it as we are.